Walters, Brett Grasso. We are back as promised to preview week number 5 in the NFL. Listen, not much going on here. The Jets 0-4, trying to avoid an 0-5 start. They got the Cowboys, America's team in town, and the Giants are in the Bayou to play New Orleans, another winless team. And the Giants are going for their first winning streak since 2023, so fingers crossed. But there is some meaningful games.
Winning streak
to be played. There's actually a game right now, and it's Cleveland with a surprising 10-7 lead, although I guess not very surprising. Cleveland's got a real good defense. Well, they just can't score because they have no quarterback.
And it's weird, and it's a little bit interesting stuff because you have Dylan Gabriel making his NFL debut. You have J.J. McCarthy, who's out. And so you have Carson Wentz, who's been injured in and out of the locker room. He is out for the second half and playing. So, beleaguered Minnesota offense.
And you expect a low-scoring game.
First, always bad Cleveland. And whenever you go out to London, the matchups get a little bit tighter because it's,
it's always a messy
not
game.
your
it's never a good game. They never get any good games.
It's always a mess. There's always field condition issues.
Because there's soccer fields,
extras, all of it. It just isn't conducive for good football. But every week now, they keep rolling out. And next week, it will be the Jets, if you did not know. We'll be rolled out to London next Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Who are they playing? They're playing the Broncos.
Yeah, I was going to say the Broncos,
Your classic Jets Broncos in London.
A classic.
as we all grew up on.
I don't know why they still do it. I hate the games in London. First of all, stop with the first of all, you have enough money, NFL. You have enough money. I know it's never enough, but
they're getting money from countries. A country is sending them money, and they don't tell them how much. It's not about TV money and all the other money. A physical country, and now another one, because you got to talk about, Brazil, and now we're doing Germany. Each one of those countries was like, we're going to send you a fat check just to talk. And that's what's happening. That's how sick it is.
But they want to have a division over there. Because you can't have just one team, right? You can't have just one team because you can't have travel.
They have slowed that down and said we don't see that working.
No, because what are these kids going to do? These kids are going to get drafted out of college and go to Europe?
It's just a setup where you are right, but they have backed off on that. And I will say that I think they would be more likely to do a country, which stinks no matter what way you do it, in our time zones, as opposed to having to fly across the pond, to go play games in Germany.
Yeah. And what are you going to like? You go on a road trip? They come on a 3-game road trip to the States?
Nobody's going to want to be based there. There is no, it's not like there is a pool of players that, look, if we stay there, they're more likely to stay there. There's nobody coming from Europe to play football. You have one anomaly.
They're playing plenty of football in Europe, but it's just soccer.
No, yeah, exactly. But there's none of these guys are like, it's not like there's a pool of talent coming from any of those areas. So it's just very dumb. It's a money grab. It's not for the fans. The fans don't want it. The fans don't like it. If you want to play 9 a.m. games, you can play a 9 a.m. game, on a neutral site a couple times a year. We don't it's I'm not against it, but I hate you take away a home game from whoever it is. I hate that.
I'm guessing it's Cleveland here, right? I'm guessing Cleveland is the home
I understand it's the odd number of games that, in the schedule and all that stuff, but everybody gets 16 games, 8 home games, and then you have your extra game, I guess, is the way they're looking at it.
So now you hit the bye week, right? It's the first bye week, week 5. You kind of can take a temperature of where your teams are. I know here in New York, our teams suck.
Yeah,
we got one win.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's basically over already. But you take a temperature of where your teams are, right? There's some surprises. You got the Ravens, who are a big surprise. We'll talk about them in a little bit. They're playing the Texans on a game where the loser's going to be out of the playoffs.
Both of them. Big game for both of them today. And, CJ, the Texans are looking okay. It's up to, Henry. We'll get to that.
But you got the teams on the bye this week are Falcons, Bears, Packers, Steelers. Now, I would hate to have the bye right away in week 5.
I don't know. I would hate to have Bears. I think that's good for the Bears. Young team, new coach. You get to really regroup. They're actually playing good football.
The Steelers, I think it's kind of detriment because they're playing real well. They're 3-1.
I think you're right.
You don't want to break now. You want to keep rolling.
No.
Give it to me later.
And I think they got lucky. They're the team that you watch. Like the Jets have shot themselves in the foot and gotten unlucky in a few situations, whereas you look at the Steelers are the team that things have fallen their way, and they've gotten it, you know, and Aaron Rodgers played pretty well, and Tomlin's always gotten prepared, but you're right, to slow down that momentum, and, you know, although you want to get Aaron Rodgers healthy, which is always nice, an extra week for him is always good, but you're going to want that later in the year for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you're right, because I can see the Steelers, they get off to a hot start, but then they kind of fade, and they end up with it. They're right there at the playoffs, but, you know, a game in, a game out. But, you know,
I'd say of all the teams, they're the overrated team that has the good record. You know what I mean? Like there's the underrated teams, the Ravens or the whoever who now like have bad records, who now are like, you know, you're not sure about. But like you said, I don't know if it's just because I don't want Aaron Rodgers to succeed. I imagine that has a lot to do with it. But I don't think that they're going to pan out to be as good as
you think that people like this better. You think they like this better, maybe? Brett, two of me, none of you.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
So now let's start with the Jets. Now, listen, the Jets are a complete train wreck. As far as I'm concerned, the Jets have done absolutely nothing right. Their coach is coming in there every week. Last week it was the reporters are tweeting from the press room, waiting for the press conference, and they're tweeting, I could hear Aaron Glenn screaming at the team through the walls. They lost to Miami. Oh, yeah. They can't do anything right.
Good.
I mean, you say bad luck, but I mean, you know, it's not really bad luck. They're fumbling the balls.
I said started with shooting themselves in their foot. Now that is, they have repeatedly, and the last game was the worst of it. The fumble stuff is bad in week one. The fumble stuff last week going into the goal line, that's not
Is this bad luck, Brett, or is this just, I don't know what I'm doing?
No, I mean, that's the play. No. That's not it. The bad luck is the Jets have forced in those early games a bunch of fumbles and didn't recover them. Now, as opposed to, you know, sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. That's sometimes that one play away from winning one or possibly most likely two games. That being said, the reason they're losing is penalties, the most ridiculous, dumb penalties over and over and over. Exactly what Aaron Glenn said was not going to happen anymore. And plays like that, where you look and you watch a guy at the 2-yard line, that one just has to let the ball go into the end zone, and they just don't. And again, there was another play where they let it bounce, and the time's ticking off of the clock because they allowed it to go. So they did the opposite in another situation, Bob, and it was worse. And it was, we needed that time at the end of the half to try and score, and every second counted. And the other team was like, oh, we're just going to let it bounce around.
And then he gets out there and he gets in front of, and he gets to the podium every week, and he's like, I just want you to know, it's not the same old Jets. This is exactly, this is the same old Jets, right? They're losing, they're fumbling, bad coaching, penalties, mistakes. They're a disaster. Yes. And then Mark Sanchez gets stabbed in the chest. He's still Jet related. You got the lady suing for sexual harassment. It's a nightmare. It's a complete nightmare. And the Jets are 0-4. The season's over. I'm not going to judge Aaron Glenn. Now, you said yesterday he can't get fired. I think it could get out of hand where he can get fired.
No.
I think people are already running him out of town.
No, him not responding to something or doing something that's really that bad. Like, I don't know what the words would have to be, or him saying something inappropriate, or him, like, whatever it is towards that. Outside of that, them losing and not winning a game this year, not winning a single game, he will not be fired still. This is not his team yet. You can say that is first-year coaches on new systems who bring in, how many players are his players? Like 7, 8, 9, and of those players,
he wanted the quarterback, right? He got rid of Rodgers.
Best decision they had all year.
Best decision they've had. 3-1. The Steelers are 3-1 on a break on a bye week.
What do you mean, Aaron Rodgers? No. I'm sorry. This team is in a rebuild. I don't know who told this team they were expected to be good, but they brought in Justin Fields as can this guy be something in the future? We're going to sign Garrett Wilson. We're going to bring in Sauce Gardner. We finally have shored up the offensive line. The rest of the team stinks. We don't have a second receiver. Everybody on defense is, half of our defense has gotten injured. And if we had everybody, we were only going to be mediocre. So now we don't have anybody to back up any of our cornerbacks. So we have, and Sauce Gardner is very soft at tackling. we have a lot of issues, but this is the first year in a couple weeks for a coach. They don't get to implement that stuff. He's had one draft, brought in a few players. I will say, guys like Mason Taylor, a tight end, he's played really well. Like, the offense has looked great. The problem is we've regressed on defense. We've regressed on special teams. That's exactly what was our forte our whole lives, and our offense stunk. So
yeah, well, the offense isn't great, though. I mean, but you're right. They're all right. They've hung in the games.
I'm sorry. No. The offense is listen, Braylon Allen is now hurt. That's a huge, and he's going to be out for weeks.
It's saying 8 weeks.
Huge miss. But I'm sorry. Their running game has looked good. Their offensive line has looked good, even though Elijah Vera Tucker is out for the entire year. And so I look and I go, I'm looking at the positives. The thing is, I had no expectation for this team to do anything. And the truth is,
they've done nothing.
They have competed in every game they've been in and lost because of dumb penalties and fumbles.
They didn't really compete last week. Brett, that was did you at any point during that comeback did you think they were going to win the game? Did you even think that when they blocked the field goal the other day, was that the last week? No, that was 2 weeks ago.
Bob,
when they blocked the field goal, they weren't winning that game either.
Like I said, the results are going to be losses. The team isn't good enough, but at the same time, they keep coming up with a way to be close. And if that team did exactly what they're supposed to and cleaned up those penalties and don't have the one fumble, you look and you go, that team wins that game. That team also wins one of the early games in the year.
Okay,
and you look and you go,
but that doesn't fly in the NFL.
No, it doesn't.
They're 3-1. They're 3-1 on moral victories, right?
But you're talking about if you ask me what team would I rather have, the team from 2 years ago without Aaron Rodgers when he was injured that couldn't put the ball 5 yards down the field or ever convert on a third down ever, versus a team that can convert on third down now for the first time ever in the last couple years. Even Aaron Rodgers couldn't convert on third down last year. So there are things that, as a Jets fan, we've never seen. No, but I actually have a lot of positive to what Justin Fields is. The problem is Aaron Glenn has done nothing to secure our defense. So let's focus on what is the problem, and it's not the offense this year. We're putting up 30 a game. That's awesome.
Yeah, no. Actually, they're putting up 22 and a half, and they're 20th. It's right there in front of you. It's 22 and a half.
Awesome.
They're ranked 20th. They're ranked 29th in passing yards per game. They're ranked 3rd in rushing yards per game.
Not going to pass. They're not going to pass. That is the whole game. The whole game is running the ball.
Well, yeah, even with the quarterback. Even your quarterback
can't
runs.
Stop any offense. The defense can't stop an offense. That is what it's all been. And Justin Fields was out for one of those games. And then back coming after concussion, honestly, played pretty freaking well. He had the one, again, another big fumble from getting, rushed. But honestly, I don't see this as this is like the Saints. I don't see that.
Well, listen, I think the Saints have been close too. The Saints have a quarterback that kind of gets happy for you, but sticking to the Dallas and the Jets. And the thing is the Jets have a shot to beat Dallas. Dallas comes in now. Their offensive line is all banged up, right? They have the good offense. They're going to put up 30, 40 points, but they're going to allow 40 points.
CeeDee Lamb's out. CeeDee Lamb's out. He's been out.
They got they got a couple offensive linemen that are banged up.
Yeah.
And the Jets, if they could get to Dak and kind of force him into making some mistakes, because he's playing real well. Look at their numbers. 290 pass yards. They're 3rd in passing. 13th in rushing. Williams,
they're not going to get to him.
But they're terrible.
This is going to be a shootout. But Dallas' defense stinks too.
No,
the
Dallas'
Jets are going to
defense
run
is
all over them.
Dallas'
They're going to run all over them. They're going to throw all over them. It's going to be RPO. You're going to see a 30 game, and I don't know who's coming out on top.
Yeah, but can the Jets hang with them? I don't know if the Jets can hang with them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You think they can?
I think they can. I can think they can hang because Dallas' defense stinks, and they're all down. Everybody who is decent, they're not. Let me tell you, there's no pass rush coming. You take away a pass rush on Justin Fields and you let him RPO, and you can run the ball a little bit. The biggest problem is the Jets are down not just Braylon Allen, but they're down pretty much all their backup running backs. And you look and you go, you're just down to Breece Hall and Justin Fields, and you only have Garrett Wilson. But I think this is a 31-28 type of game, one way or the other. I mean, we can all talk about who's going to have it or not. It's going to come down to, which quarterback tried to squeeze into a tight window and it got tipped and picked.
What do you think? What do you think?
The difference between Justin Fields being good or bad is a lot of these tight window throws that have actually worked out really well for him. He's also, as great as he's been, he's a couple tip balls away from having a 2 or 3 pick day. So I do think that the Jets defense one of these weeks is gonna show up. Sometimes it's just they have a better matchup. They get a little bit of a pass rush, and it kind of changes everything. But this secondary has just been soft. They're just soft.
The Jets are soft as a team. They're always soft. It's the same old Jets. It's the same Jets we've been watching for 20 years.
The defense isn't like that. The defense hasn't been like that typically. And I will say last year they were, and this year they are.
Yeah, last year they were too. You're right.
No, they were, and they weren't supposed to be. That's why it was a surprise last year. I'm not surprised.
What do you think about Aaron Glenn after Xavier Gibson, first game of the year, fumbles, right? Fumbles, one kickoff, out, cut. He's on the Giants the next week. You got Isaiah Williams, who did what we just saw, caught the ball on the 2-yard line, fair catch. He's also made other mistakes, and he's kind of like, when asked about it, Glenn is like, well, I don't know. You know, he's got to be better. He knows he's got to be better. Meanwhile, he cut the other kid right off the bat. One fumble, that's it. He's fired. I mean, now it's saying the double standard. I've read an article about that.
No. You know why? Because when you cut a guy, that's it. You cut him, that's gone. You know that's not happening with the other guys, right? But the whole thing is, when you heard that screaming in the locker room, he did it. He did that to the player. He's going to go defend him out in the press conference. That's what a coach does.
That's fair.
Rip him. You rip him in the locker room when he's your guy that you're going to be with forever. If you're Gibson this year for the Jets, the guys like Gibson, even if you probably could have helped us, we're getting rid of you, even though you could have helped us, because culturally we can't have that, and we're going to share the standard now. For better or worse, Aaron Glenn realizes this is a reset year. This is a rebuild year.
Yeah, but you got to get some wins, right? You got to get some wins. This thing's the tanking.
He's going to keep trying to win.
It's going to be more Cowboy fans in that building today than there will be Jets fans.
Do you think the Jets are going winless?
No, I don't. But you got to put some wins together, right? You're talking about moral victory. There's no moral victories in the NFL.
Nobody said anything about moral victories.
That's exactly what we said. We're keeping it close. We're keeping it close.
No. You're getting better in whatever way that is.
You think
by getting better, sometimes it's when you evaluate guys and then get rid of everybody that's bad. That is a big part of getting better. The big part of your first season is bringing everybody in. You're bringing in all guys who are from an old regime, and you go, Gibson, didn't like him, get him out of here. And there's probably something else to that. So whatever that is, who knows? But he is in the first step of a new thing is you bring in your guys. He can't add guys. There's nobody new he can bring. There's no pool of guys to make this team better. You think they're coming, Bob? You think there's some team out there that Aaron Glenn can do and make them better? No, he can subtract guys that suck. And that's what this year is. It's get rid of everybody that stinks. If you're not on board, you're out. And now I'll give you, there are guys who are not on that list. They just signed contract with Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson and, Justin Fields and Quinnen Williams and Quincy Williams. Those guys are awesome. They're all perfect guys. The rest of the guys, Bob, are gone if they don't jump onto the system. And
last year was Super Bowl. Last year, beginning of the year, Super Bowl, right?
Those guys are, it's all gone.
I know, I get it, but I'm saying, like, you went from that.
Even the defensive guys are on different teams. We didn't re-sign them. I know,
I get it. It was a rebuild.
We didn't keep the guys. So you're right that they put all in for it, and that's what cost us where we are now. We had those options, and we decided to go trade instead to have Aaron Rodgers' buddy come over instead of have, the decent thing. So there was bad decisions, and I'm sorry, if you think in 5 weeks that a whole thing, a culture shifts, you're wrong. It's going to be very sloppy.
But I don't want to see guys. I don't want to see fair catches under 2-yard line. I don't want to see fumbles. I don't want to see missed. I don't want to see pre-snap penalties. That's all coaching. That's coaching. That's basic stuff. That has nothing to do with a rebuild. Jumping off sides, not lining up right, motion penalties.
You can't change it until it happens. You think that you can get in front and say, "Hey, buddy, don't do it," and then they don't do it? No, it's the next time. You're right, Bob. People are going to screw up, but this is all the brand new stuff. There was no chance if he showed up and it was Aaron Glenn coaching the Kansas City Chiefs this year, it wouldn't have went well. First-year coaches in new systems don't go well. And now the problem the Jets have gotten into, and the Giants have actually gotten away from now, is getting rid of coaches on really quick decisions to start all over again and do it all. Let's start all over again with a new coaching staff and all new plays and a different system and go, let's Justin Fields, maybe not Justin Fields, maybe a veteran.
Did you pick the wrong guy? Maybe you picked the wrong guy.
No. Right or wrong, you find out over the next 3, 4, 5 years. Now, give me, if all of a sudden he's bad in the press conference. You're going
to wait. How long do these Jets fans have to wait another 5 years? His lifetime's
back and forth, Bob,
people are dying.
No, you're part of the let's go switch coaches. No, you're right. let's go. No, let's keep switching coaches every year and think that all of a sudden it's going to be. No, then it's forever that way.
But in the NFL, you can switch it around in a year. You could turn it around in a year.
Never name someone who's been coming into a bad system and been a first-year coach and been successful ever.
I'm saying
never
the team, the organization can go from a bad team to the playoffs in a year.
Not with changing coaches. Not with changing coaches like you want. No way.
No, I think you can. And there are.
You think they should change Aaron Glenn after what's happened so far? You think it's time to get rid of Aaron Glenn?
No, I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm saying it's a bad start, right? No, dude, listen, the Jets have had some bad coaches, right? Kozlik.
Who are these people who thought it was going to go well? Who are these people who thought it was going to be a good season?
Listen, the Jets have had some bad coaches in their 60-something years, 70 years. No coach has ever started 0-5. He's 0-5. He's sitting there telling you every day it's not with same old Jets, but not the same old Jets. They're the same old Jets, but the Jet fans are fed up with it.
So you think there's a difference between 3-14 and 0-7? There isn't. You're both just as bad. You're awful. The only teams that are good are the ones who make the playoffs. Everybody else in the league is gone. And you are right, Bob. With the right changes, next year that 0-16 team can go on and be pretty good. Go watch the Jaguars. Go watch teams that were the first pick in the draft.
Got a quarterback.
You can flip it around. No. It's not. It's the system. It's the system getting the quarterback and being the right. We've had the quarterback. We've sent them to other teams and they played well. We've had that.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem too. They also ruined quarterbacks because they put them right. They threw them right into the fire. I think they ruined. What's his face?
You're not judging anything until you're midway through next year on this Jets coaching
staff. Geno Smith is a good, solid quarterback now. Geno Smith is a solid NFL quarterback. They ruined him. They ruined him, right? It took him years to get back on his feet.
All of them. There isn't any warrant. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold's another one they ruined.
Zach Wilson, when he was brought in, actually played pretty well last year, and he will if he gets another opportunity. Watch. And you know why? It's because of new systems, rookie coaches, rookie quarterbacks, new systems. Never work. You have to go years and years of being bad. Watch the Lions. You think Dan Campbell was horrific in his first year. Second year, pretty freaking bad. But you know what? They believed in him. And they said, wait, your players, you started drafting them. They didn't develop yet. Your next year, now you were developing somebody else's players the first 2 years. Now your guys come in. Your system works. Your coaches, they don't show up saying where the bathroom is in year 3. They say, I already have a playbook. I'm not coming up with something new. I'm set in my ways. We're ready. And so it takes years.
Over or under 60% Cowboys fans at the game today?
Not 60. You're going to get a 50-50 split max.
50-50. 50-50 split at best for the Jets. Because the Cowboys, Jerry Jones has them to believe in.
That's maxing out. Jets fans go. There is a 50% of those fans go no matter what, rain, snow, whatever. And if they will show up, if it's 0-15, they will be there tailgating and hating it. And they will be there. So no.
What do you think? What do you think to get? Wait, I'm going to read it. I'm going to go look. What do you think to get in the building price in week 5?
Cowboys. No,
to
it's
get
Cowboys.
In the building. I agree. Okay. Get in the building price week 5. Jets.
No.
Cowboys.
It's in the 2s.
200. You're saying? Okay. Let me see.
It's in the 2s, and I don't think that's a bad deal.
No, that's a terrible deal. That's a terrible game.
No. It's going to be offense. No, you're not going to get that many punts. No, you're going to get a lot of offense. You're going to get fumbles. You're going to get interceptions. Someone's going to get hurt. There's a whole bunch of good stuff that's going to happen in this game. So it's going to be a full game.
Some people are delusional
nice
here.
Day. Beautiful day in New York. Beautiful out there.
You could sit in the upper deck. There's seats all over the upper deck for $110, $120. Now, we're only an hour before game, right? An hour, 20 minutes.
I'm saying a decent seat, $200. Decent seat.
A decent seat would be what? Somewhere in the middle of the field. Upper deck's not decent.
Yeah.
Upper deck's decent. Now you get
upper deck in the middle's nice. Upper deck right in the middle.
206 for corner of the end zone, lower level row.
That's not bad. It's not terrible.
Row 24. Those aren't good seats though. But like you get in the middle. Someone's selling seats here. The best seats, the middle level, 30 to 30 yard line. Yeah. 205, 250, 305. So like $300. But you get in the building for $100, $120.
No, see, and that's what it should be. That's
Cowboys. That's Cowboys. That's Cowboys. If it's the
that's the only reason I said
Texans or something, it's going to be like $40.
No, because the luster is worn off with the, it's a new Jet season or whatever. We all now
it's
know
over
what we're in the middle of.
Over. You don't start 0-4.
But that's why, like, I'm like reality based of what is this team gonna be like. At this point, it has nothing to do with. Yes, it has to do with wins. You want to get as many wins as possible, but it's about you're analyzing who am I keeping and who am I dumping. And so I don't care who wins or loses. I care if he makes the right decision, keeping the right people. And next year, people are like, you know what? I want to come play there. Because the whole thing that's happened is people don't want to come play here. And that's going to take years to change that no matter what. And I can tell you this, if you change your coach or change your staff or change your everything every year, people are going to say, no. I'm not signing up for something I'm not sure about. And so we need some kind of consistency. And the Giants do too. The Giants need to keep Brian Dable.
The Giants are in just as bad as dire straits.
No, the Giants need to keep Brian Dable. And the Giants need to keep – I know. And that's the problem is you're going to bring in – and you think that – everybody says that about their boss until they have a new boss. And they go, oh, my God, I wish you're better with the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Okay, Aaron Glenn, I can be with you. You got 4 games. We got 5 years of Dable. And it's been trash. Trash.
He's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. You have one game of Dable. You do. You have one game of Dable.
But do you understand that, like, I could have coached Josh Allen to being an excellent quarterback, right? It wasn't hard. He's an all-time great. That doesn't make you a quarterback whisperer.
You may be saying the same thing about Jackson Dart, and maybe Dable does nothing to do with it. Maybe Dart's just great, but guess what? He's along for the ride, and he might be lucky twice. Because that's what, let me tell you, this is it. This is his guy, and he goes as far as Dart goes right now. So it doesn't have to be wins or losses for him either. If Dart goes out and performs and they look good, especially without Neighbors, he will keep his job. And they're going to go, no. Neighbors is going to be back. Dart's going to be so good in his second year. You know what the problem is? They're probably going to be wrong, and they're going to be bad again next year. I really believe that.
They are going to be bad next year. They're definitely going to be bad again next year. But
they're going to be good today.
Listen,
they're going to be good today.
I think today. Listen, today is a big game because you have to get this win today, right? It'll be 2 in a row. People and the fan base will kind of buy in. They'll start to believe. Oh, we got the rookie quarterback. We're like the Commanders last year and everything. But they have to win this game this year because there are no wins ahead, right? It's the Eagles, Denver, Eagles, Lions. It's a disaster, the schedule. So it's win today. You get 2 in a row. You might have some semblance of a season. You go home next week. You play Denver. Oh no, you play the Eagles. They don't stand a chance in that game. And then and also I think he played well. I think the kid played well.
We all say that with the NFL, but you're actually wrong, Bob, because it all starts with how the tone set. These games go by that first, kickoff. That guy fumbles and you have it and you score a touchdown. I'm sorry, and your defense makes one stop. Games change. So you are right that the most likely the Eagles are going to go run over the Giants or, the Cowboys should beat the Jets. But I don't fully, that's NFL's not like that. Now, the Giants have a different thing going. They're playing with fire. They got Jackson Dart. The problem is if you had Neighbors, I'd be like, you guys, you can just throw that ball up and something's happening.
Jackson Dart got all the headlines, but he didn't win the game. He threw for 111 yards. He was serviceable, right? He ran. The defense won the game. Carter was in the backfield all day. They took advantage of the Chargers having a banged-up offensive line. They weren't beating the Chargers at full strength.
But that's exactly what gives a rookie quarterback a chance to win and a chance to be good is your defense holding, is really having those stops. And then the offense with a little bit of a running game and you can get a little something going, you can actually, I'm sorry, that was pretty good. But Neighbors, man, that is beyond devastation to lose. You lost the guy. You know what I mean? You lost that one guy.
Yeah, and it's going to stunt his growth with Neighbors because this is supposed to be a year where he gets familiar with them. And now he's not going to have that.
And that's why... And that's the little things that people don't realize, that connection. And I think it's the one thing that people are missing with the Jets and why Justin Fields has been so successful is him and Garrett Wilson have been doing this for years. Years and years and years at Ohio State. And you look back and those guys had, went for, thousands of yards together. And you look and you're like you said, it's that connection. And, Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson have that connection. They had it for years at Ohio State. And Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors instantly look like they had a little something. But it changes when you become the number one quarterback in practice. Because when you become the number one quarterback, all of a sudden you're the guy practicing those reps with neighbors in the corner every day, throwing those one-on-one balls.
Yeah,
and you didn't get that. You think they got that all year? They didn't get it. Unless they did it on the side, Russell Wilson got that.
Yeah, absolutely. Russell Wilson, you're right. Russell Wilson got that. And yeah, what are you going to do? Listen, he's out for the year. It was a bad injury.
It. I'm just saying, I think the Giants have more of a surprise baked in. And the way I saw it was they have the Saints favored to win this game, I believe, by like 1.5 points. Is that true? Like, I think that might be true. And like, I'm not.
Oh, they do. It's a 2 point. It's a 2 point. It's a 2 point favorite. The Saints are a 2.5 point favorite, which is basically a pick 'em, right? It's a pick 'em because you get 3 points for being at home. That's a pick 'em.
I don't care. I'm taking the Giants are the sleeper. I think right now. What's going on in this league, and I think anybody, I don't think that. No,
but the Giants are going to win any games. They're going to win this week, and then that's it. And then it's a loss, like 6 losses in a row. They were bad. They were going to go 0-8, Brett, 0-8, 0-9 because the schedule's so brutal.
But what you're saying, see, there's two different things though, because you go, yeah, great, going, and you're going to lose to the Eagles, right? But do you lose to the Eagles 38-6 like you would have last year, the year before?
Yeah, see, like I don't do that in the NFL. I don't care.
No, you don't care that they lost 38-35 and the Eagles kicked the field goal and Jackson Dart went off, or your offense didn't perform. No, that's the difference. Is the Giants are going to be that as opposed to the 6 points like you've been scoring for the last how many years since you went to the playoffs. Since the playoff run,
there are things I like about Jackson Dart.
You've averaged like 11 points a game or something. It's crazy. Like, your offense is stunk, and now you have a chance.
There are things I liked about Jackson Dart. If you watch the video here that we're playing, he did command presence, right? He steps up in the pocket here, like, look at this. That's good, right? And a good throw there. I liked when he was backing in the shadow of his own goal line, and he rolls out to the right, and he tells the receiver, come back while he's running, and he makes a perfect throw. Those are good plays, and those are good signs. And he runs a lot. He can't run this much, though, either. He's going to get himself hurt. Quarterbacks that run this much always get hurt. These guys are too big in the NFL. They kill these quarterbacks. It always happens. They always get hurt, the quarterbacks that run.
Tell that. I mean, that's everybody keeps saying that to Josh
Lamar
Allen.
Jackson, who's sitting on the sideline now for the next 3 weeks.
They keep telling it to They keep telling it to Josh Allen. They keep telling him that.
Josh Allen is the size of this play right here. I like this play. Watch out. He rolls right, and he tells the receiver, come back, right there. I love that. I think that
you are right. You do have to learn how to get down. You have to learn how to do whatever. That's his game, though. Like, you're going to tell him then what'd you draft him for?
And you can't say Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a tank. He is the size of the guys on defense.
No. Bob, you either sign the guy to be a run-pass option quarterback or you don't. You don't sign guys like that without running them. The point is you run until you get hurt. Your lifespan is going to be much shorter in the NFL.
Yeah, but why am I paying him all this money then? I'm going to pay him all this money for him to get hurt?
What do you mean you're not? You're not paying him nothing.
No, but we will be if he turns out to be a good quarterback, right?
If he gets hurt by then, you just throw him to the curb like you do everybody else, and then you redraft another guy. And I'm just saying that it's more about system. This is who he is. You need to embrace it and push it. You better not slow that guy down or you're done. What's the point?
I don't know. I think in the NFL you got to be a pocket, kind of a pocket passer, but you got to be mobile, but not like a run, not running. He's running draws up the middle.
You're talking about an Aaron Rodgers. You're worried about getting hurt. A Peyton Manning. You're worried about getting hurt.
Yeah, but Peyton Manning wasn't a running quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is a running quarterback. That's the kind of running quarterback that can survive in the NFL. Not this, not running up the middle.
No, you're talking Lamar Jackson and all those guys and all the other stuff have I'm sorry, that's part of the game. Them getting hurt is part of playing dinged up is part of how it's their game. And if you want to drop back quarterback, you guys drafted the wrong guy. Like, yeah, I'm sorry that it's really then an organizational. If you don't go for it and push him in this way, the same way with Justin Fields. If the Jets took Justin Fields and said, let's go just throw the ball down the field. No, they said, Justin, you're going to run the ball and get killed. Concussions are coming. You're going to be out by week 4. You're going to end up having to come back, and you're going to have an ankle. You're going to have a shoulder. And guess what? You better keep doing it.
Yeah, listen, I think they win today. I do think they win. You got the winless Saints, right? You got Giants Giants are feeling themselves. Giants are feeling themselves, right? They're coming off a win. The energy, the crowd. They didn't even fly those They were planning to fly the banners, the Fire Dable banners. They didn't even fly them because the Giants played so well and they went down and scored right in the first drive.
I want to see Dable. I want us to be talking about Aaron Glenn and Brian Dable 10 years from now.
Oh, I don't know.
No, you do. You do, Bob. That means things went well.
Because you also
do.
only don't
You're
be
wrong.
fooled here. Just because Jackson Dart played well last week and it made him look smart, the only reason he put Jackson Dart in is to save his ass and save his job. Because if he just kept losing with Russell Wilson, he'd be out of here in 3 weeks. They were flying banners.
You're right. You're right. You're right, but him caring about his job, but him caring about his job goes hand in hand with the Giants winning. So his caring is about the Giants winning.
Not really, though, because with Russell Wilson, you need to have some wins, right? With him, you could say we're developing him. We don't need too many wins, right? Just like you said, right? The Jets.
You'd be right if Russell Wilson was that thing you saw in those moments of that one game. He wasn't. That's the only time he was like that. And he, so other than that,
I was at the game against the Chiefs. Now they had no business beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs played terrible. The worst first half I've seen them play in God knows how long. And the Giants, what happened? The kicker's getting hurt. They can't kick field goals. Yeah. Russell Wilson's throwing interceptions that like double, he's throwing punts down there.
No. Then what's the point? You might as well have a guy in there developing, and it's another team that realized, no, are we going to make the playoffs? Probably not. Are we going to win the Super Bowl? No. Are we going to be the worst team? No, but now it's a development year. It's a let's figure out who's good and who's bad year, and it stinks to be like that, but if you don't act that way and you act like you're supposed to be a playoff team, or you're not going to get anywhere. So there's a point where you have to actually lose games by bringing in other guys that you may not even believe in as much, like Jackson Dart, as much as but because you need to find out. And
couple years from now, how irrelevant? Couple years from now, how irrelevant will the Russell Wilson tenure of the Giants be? Like how will we be like? Oh yeah, he was on the Giants. I forgot about that.
No.
Is there anybody who has the jersey? Did anybody buy the jersey?
No,
that's a random jersey to have 5 years from now. A Russell Wilson Giants jersey?
No, it's going to be. There's going to be the guy with the Aaron Rodgers jersey talking to the Russell Wilson jersey guy about the Jets back then, and then some other kid's going to be like, "What?" And they're going to be like, they're not even going to know what they're talking about.
Is that the Keith Hernandez Indians jersey?
That's for Russell Wilson, God, the Giants put out way too many of them is the problem.
Because in 5 or 6 years, you're not going to even remember Russell Wilson was on this team. He played 3 games, right? It was a disaster.
No,
whatever.
No, do you know why you know a little bit about Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers is? Do you know what they did? They didn't come for any reason. They didn't care about.
No, Aaron Rodgers came to win. Aaron Rodgers was different.
No, I'll give you that. I will give you that. But you know what else? You know what they did? They did the classic New York. Show up to courtside to every Knicks game. Show up in the box to every Yankee game. He became a Knicks fan and everything.
Be there for 3 weeks.
Everything, all of it, the dumb stuff, and they showed up to all the stupid stuff. So that's what it'll be remembered. It won't even be for the football. It'll be for the. Oh, I remember that.
He didn't even make it to. He didn't even make it to opening day for the Knicks until October. He didn't even make it to October to the end of the baseball season, the regular season.
He went and he was courtside for more games for the Knicks than he started.
Then he started, absolutely. He started 3 games.
That's solid.
Huge Knicks fan. And he got the free ticket thing. Russell Wilson.
The best part is he's got the season tickets for this year set up. I'm sure courtside.
No, yeah, he's going to be traded.
He's going to be there every game.
He's going to be cut, right?
He's going to be there every game.
No, he's going to be out of here in a couple weeks. He'll go somewhere. I don't know if Cincinnati but he'll go somewhere.
He feels like he's ingrained in New York's culture now because of it. He was a New York he was a Giants quarterback.
Yeah, he became a New Yorker. Good for him.
For the Knicks.
Listen, I can
He's
appreciate
a Super Bowl champion. He's a Super Bowl champion. His wife's a singer from New York, Ciara. No. He's New York now, Bob. You missed it. I
can respect him trying to ingrain himself into the city. But the fact that he big Knicks fan all last year, all these games, the playoff games, and he didn't even make it to opening day for the Knicks as the Giants quarterback is pretty funny to me. I mean, so I think the Giants win today, right? Saints they're not no good. They're beat up they haven't won a game yet. The Giants are riding in, flying high off last week.
Here's a parlay for you.
Scatterboo is the player. Scatterboo is the key, Brett. Scatterboo is the best player on that team.
The parlay is Jets and Giants money line today. Jets and Giants.
I think the Giants. I think the Jets lose.
No points. No points. Jets and Giants money line today. I want to see it happen today. And you know what? Like, take them ball for the over and the overs. Oh my God!
What the over under on the Jets game?
Scatterboo for 2 touchdowns.
Scattaboo's best. He's my favorite player. That's the jersey to get. That's the jersey to get. The Scatterboo Giants jersey.
You're under. This Giants team is on the way up, Bob. I'm telling you, they're actually going to
on the way up. Like, what do you mean? Like, how many wins this year? 4?
Do you have the schedule?
I have it right here. I have it right here. I'm going to read it to you. Because there's not many wins.
It was bad. We did this already, Bob, at one point. We did this already at one point, and I couldn't find you 2.
You can't find any wins. Okay, so
I couldn't find 2, but no. The other teams I have a better idea of now. That was why we had so much trouble.
Yeah.
But
And
now,
it's almost worse now. Okay, so here you go. Ready?
That. Yeah, go for it.
You got the Saints today.
Win.
Let's say win. 2. Eagles.
Loss. We'll just give them a loss.
Eagles at home.
Make it easy.
In Denver.
Win.
No.
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
They're coming off
Denver,
London with Listen. They're coming off London versus the Jets.
Okay, you put that down. In Denver, then at Philadelphia.
Loss.
No. Philadelphia doesn't lose to anybody, Brett. They don't lose to anybody. They got the AJ Brown running around.
I said loss.
Okay.
I said loss. Giants loss.
Then home.
Loss.
Then home to the Niners, who will be healthy by then.
That's a win. No, that's a win game. That is a win.
So. And then here's the next win. Here's the next win. Ready?
That's a win. You're missing the Giants game.
At the Bears.
That's a tight game. They probably lose though.
Packers. Home to the Packers.
Loss.
At Detroit.
But
Detroit, it gets worse.
Jordan loves hurt by then. Giants really make it close.
Okay, at Detroit.
That's a loss.
Okay, and then finally, the final. No. I'm sorry, no. Then at New England.
Win.
That's a winnable game. Winnable.
Tough game.
Okay. Then the bye. So then they get a bye. Then they got the Commanders at home.
Oh, that's a win off a bye.
Oh, okay. Then here's another one. Here's another winnable
Commanders
game.
are on a down year. Commanders aren't going to be
Here
that
comes
good.
another winnable game, and we'll watch them right here. Home to the Vikings.
Loss.
At the Raiders. Raiders are no good. They don't know how to use that running back. The kid.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't want to say just tough.
They finish off home. They finish off home against the Cowboys.
They win that game. And
it depends on do they ruin the Cowboys season? Do they sink there?
What I'm saying is I'm probably not. I'm clearly not right about how
winnable games. There are 1 today, 2 the Bears, 3
and now 2 wins
the Patriots, and they're not going to beat the Patriots either. The Patriots are better than the Giants.
Here's that. So the question is:
Vikings
do they end up with? The question is: do they end up with 4, 5, or 6 wins?
I say 5. Right at the number. The number's 5.5. The over/under is 5.5. I give him 5.
Is it okay?
Because there's like 5 more winnable games.
That's just what I was. I'd say
there's 5 more. If you want to stretch it, there's 5 more winnable games on that schedule. They're not going to win all 5, right? They figure they get 3 of them, and they win today. That's right at 5. That puts you right at 5. They got 2 wins. I mean, that's not good though. This is a decade,
so
Brett.
Funny.
This is a decade that we can't even make it to the end of the World Series before our football season.
It's so funny because I just as soon as we saw you said and they win today again, I had this deep feeling of, oh God, they're gonna lose.
I mean, it's possible. It's the kid's second game, right? He can go out there and make some stupid plays.
I'm actually excited to watch the game a little bit. To watch the Giants to see how he does without Neighbors. It's going to be a real test for him. Without Neighbors.
Listen, Wan'Dale Robinson, maybe he steps in. It's going to be a lot of Scatterboo. They only threw to Scatterboo twice last week. The week before that, I think, was 6 or 7 times. They got to get him the ball out of the backfield. He's an electric player. He makes plays. Give it to Scatterboo. That's what I say. Hand it off. Have him come out in the flat. It's easy pass. It's a safe pass. That's what you got to
do. I know, half joking, but I really do think the Giants win by a touchdown plus today.
Yeah,
maybe
I
10
think they
points today. I think the Jets keep it close versus the Cowboys, and it's going to come down to, like always, do the Jets fumble that ball or do they recover the fumble? Like always, like who wins the turnover battle. But if Nick Folk can kick field goals like he did, I had no faith in him kicking anything over 50 yards due to the fact that he's old and not one of those type of kickers. But him to kick a 58-yarder last week was
and they can all
one of the most
58
impressive.
Yarders now.
And no, but that's what I thought. And I thought that he wasn't one of those guys. It was my only concern is I thought this was going to be a kickers league this year, and that a lot of these games are going to be won and lost based off of 50-plus yarders. And so the fact that Nick Folk can kick those, and it does matter these days of if you're like 1 or 2 passes away from scoring 3 points, that the Jets, I think they hang in this game. It's a beautiful day out in New York. I think they get to Dak a little bit. You know, not having Quincy Williams is rough, but you know, Quinnen Williams is going to do the job. So at least we got one of the brothers.
All right, so let's go quickly around the league before we get you. You can go watch the real pregame shows coming up. We got this game going on right now. I think Minnesota just won. Well, they're close. They're close to, you know, I think I'm not positive. I haven't watched in the last half hour because we've been doing the show.
I'm not sure. I'm sure that right now I know you can lease a Civic for $274.
Yeah. Now here's a fascinating one. You got Houston, Baltimore. Both teams 1-3. Both teams supposed to be good. Baltimore's supposed to be a Super Bowl team. There's no Lamar Jackson out for 3 weeks, right? They can theoretically lose 3 of these 4 games, and then they have to go undefeated. There's a good chance neither of these teams make the playoffs. The Ravens, Brett, this was their year.
And it's like totally even matchup because it's, you know, it's in Baltimore, so that kind of evens the matchup of, all right, you don't have Lamar Jackson, but you're at home. They have a very tough crowd there. CJ Stroud, the Texans, I mean, you know, they're always on the edge of being all right. So it's very, you know, it's weird that they're not.
They don't score touchdowns. They kick field goals. They can't punch it in.
They have trouble. They have trouble inside in the red zone is really their big issue. And it's been like that
Baltimore,
year after year. Where it used to be they were lights out in the red zone. So it's like, it's very tough.
Baltimore's a historic defensive juggernaut. They can't stop anything. These teams are putting up 30, 40 points a week. The defense is decimated with injuries. They're getting slaughtered on defense. And I don't know. It's really, it sucks for Lamar Jackson because they usually have no problem in the regular season, right? They usually hit the postseason. That's where the issues come up, and they lose to either the Bills or the Chiefs. Is how that goes.
It's like anything. It's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be Henry. Derrick Henry, can he just, you know, run the ball over everybody like he knows he can? I know that's been his big issue, and that shows you everything. You watch what one little fumble and a team that are most likely going to win. You watch the Jets would not be winless if it wasn't for one guy fumbling. The Ravens wouldn't be in the situation they're in if Henry didn't fumble 2 different times in the fourth quarter in the red zone. Like that's crazy.
So now you got Dolphins coming off a win, Panthers at home. You know, they're without their running back, Hubbard. He's going to be out. He's out with a calf injury. He's not playing. Miami's riding high. They just got their first win. They're talking about another disaster. That AFC East is terrible, Brett. Terrible. If it's not except for the Bills. The Bills are going to win the division today. And then you got, Carolina should win this game, right? A home game, Carolina should have no problem. Then you got MVP candidate.
You're wrong.
Who do you think? You think Dolphins?
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that the Dolphins continue a little bit. They got a little like clicky. Like I know they are out with Hill and all the other stuff, but I have no faith in the Panthers ever doing anything ever with Bryce Young.
Then you got MVP candidate Daniel Jones. Home.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Now, have they replaced the announcer? Mark Sanchez is in a local hospital with a stab wound.
Will they talk about it? Will they talk about it on air?
That's the biggest. That's the most exciting thing about this game. It's the most exciting thing about it.
Are you like, listen, I know we're supposed to have Mark Sanchez here, but he tried to, jump a 69-year-old man who then stabbed him.
Because what's that team? What's that broadcast? Is that Spiroditas? I think Spiroditas is good. And Spiroditas, don't forget, ready? I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, but was he in on it? Was he in on it? Do you know? Was he involved? He's probably waiting for the food upstairs.
Spiroditas was the Knicks announcer for like a year. Got fired because he got a DWI.
This is it.
So he's been in the same thing. I don't know
if it's bad combo. That's a bad combo to have together. Do you think they know? Like maybe the NFL is, it's their fault. Like you can't do that. You got to take care of your guys. Like, you can't come to me and be like, I got a drinking problem and then pair you up with an alcoholic and, get stabbed
so he's gonna be replaced today in the booth by Brady Quinn. The Notre Dame quarterback and Browns quarterback.
Brady Quinn is like a poor man's Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. Well, that's what they got. They went and got it. So he's okay.
So do they just have Brady Quinn? Like they have a backup goalie ready with the equipment on in the background?
Yeah, the guy who could play for either team.
He doesn't really do it. He's not great at it, but he looks like he does.
Adam Amin? I don't even know who that is. Listen, this is like the bottom of the barrel team. This is the team that gets the Colts and the Raiders games. Adam Amin.
Yeah.
And then you got Mark Sanchez. And
that's the alcohol. No, they're like, who's most likely to get drunk and get stabbed? That's who gets the Raiders Colts game.
The Raiders Colts game. So that and listen, the Raiders have one of the best running backs that's come out of this draft in a long, long time. They don't really know how to use him yet. You got, what's his face, the old Oregon coach, right? What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? The old Oregon coach is their coach. His stuff doesn't work in the pros, right? He's got his chances. It just doesn't work. He doesn't know how to use this running back. He's got a great running back, and he doesn't give him the ball. Then you got the Colts, who were playing well. The Colts lost last week. The Colts really should have beat the Rams, right? The guy dropped the ball before he got in the end zone. Terrible, terrible play. I still don't understand why they do that. Drops the ball before he gets in the end zone. Cleveland's up here, by the way, 17-14. And then then Daniel Jones threw a bad pick. And they would have beat the Rams. They were going in. They would have beat the Rams. The Colts are a good team, right? Daniel Jones is a legitimate quarterback.
No, he is. And if you've watched, and it's so funny because he looks so defeated in all of his Giants interviews. And when you talk to him, he almost looked like a guy when you talk to him, like when he wasn't playing well, he looked like a guy who was almost like missing a chromosome, just a little bit off. The guy was a little bit off. And all of a sudden, you watch, and now he's playing well. He looks like the coolest guy in the room. Yeah, I know. He's in the interviews.
What happened to the quarterback whisperer, Dable?
He's got like a new haircut. Someone's like, he changed his speech. And now all of a sudden the guy's like the cool. And I look over, I'm like, holy cow, not only is he a great quarterback, he's like his whole game is he's got it. And I'm like, you guys missed it, man. I don't know what you guys did.
Dable's the quarterback whisperer, right?
No, it's not. It's nothing to do. Something was wrong with you guys.
The Giants. The Giants
wrong with all of us. No, it's the Jets and the Giants. There's just something wrong with New York. It's like I think it's really more. I think it's not real. There's something out of this world that's coming in and ruining New York quarterbacks for us. Because you guys have had some good ones.
It's the curses. Because everybody that was sitting here bitching and moaning, we hate
Eli Manning.
Running Eli out of town, right? Eli's no good. He's not a Hall of Famer. I warned everybody. I warned them when it was going on. You're going to miss him. You're going to miss him. You're going to regret him. You're going to regret the fact that you were running him out of town. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. The fact that people are saying no is ridiculous. But people are running him out of town, Can't wait to see Eli gone. He's old. They'll get rid of him. They got rid of him. And what happened? It totally went to shit for the last decade, and they stink. The most important, I went to the game, right? They had a thing on one of the commercials where they brought out into the end zone, like a thing where guys, they had a contestant, and he was going to be playing another contestant, throwing the ball into into the garbage can with the hole in the middle. So he stands out there, and they're like, wait, we need another contestant. Where's the other contestant? And Eli Manning comes jogging out. He's the other contestant, and he starts ripping him down, and then he goes. His last two, he turns and he throws it in the other guy's thing.
Oh, I saw that. They showed it. They showed that.
Did they show it? I was like, this is great. This is great. Okay, so
they're showing that after.
It was great. I loved it. Best part of the game. Giants didn't score any points. They got 9 points. So now the game of the day, I think, right here, Denver,
told you 9 points.
Philadelphia. I think Denver could go in and win this game. I do. I think I was talking to a guy yesterday at the restaurant I was at with Jimmy Buffett's spot in Times Square. Okay, the guy was a foreign immigrant, right? I hear him talking to another guy with a Ravens hat, and I'm like, oh, rough year for him. He's a big Eagles fan, so I'm like, watch out. I think Denver's gonna beat him tomorrow. I'm like, how'd you become an Eagles fan? You from Philadelphia? He's like, no, I'm from like Nigeria or something. But he's like, why do you? He goes, but the Broncos aren't as good as the Eagles, right? I'm like, no, they're not. They're not. But I think they're gonna win some games. And he was all into this conversation with me, and I told him that they're going to lose today, so I'm sticking with that. I think the Eagles lose the first game.
I don't know what the spread is, but I think that this is one of those. The Eagles are in one of those situations where it's like
they do, right?
The Chiefs of a few years ago, where you just don't bet against them. You're an idiot.
I mean, I don't know. I
mean, seriously,
like, put money on
it. I just think that they this is one of those. They may just go win, and not pretty. Like,
they're not going to win all their games, right? They're not winning pretty.
No,
blocking field goals at the buzzer.
I don't think they lose their first one until late.
Like 12.
I think it's going to be like that. Yeah.
It's them and the Bills, right? Them and the Bills are the only undefeated teams.
Pointless. No, it's going to be like pointless. The same way they sat out Saquon is the same way they're going to sit out their guys, and they're going to lose a game late in the year like that. But I really think, and not because
but
they're
you don't
that
sit
much
them out.
better.
You don't sit them out. If you're undefeated, you don't sit anybody out, right?
No, they did.
Unless they're
No,
hurt.
they did last year they were doing.
Were they
that.
undefeated when they did it though?
No, but he was going for the greatest record of any running back.
I know. But that's different.
So
That's not
that was
undefeated.
still weird to me. But they sat him out. No, that's different. He was about to go break a record that can never be touched. He'll never even come near again.
So you got the
I
Eagles in
don't
this one.
get it.
All right, so then
I
I think it's the last 1 o'clock. It's a 1 o'clock game. Arizona, Tennessee. Listen, not much to say here. Tennessee's winless, another winless team. Arizona should win. They're not great, you know.
Yeah.
Arizona's not great,
yeah.
so not much to say there. Tennessee's
bores
ruining
me a
the
lot.
quarterback. Tennessee's got this quarterback now, and they're ruining him because they're going to
They
fire
do
the
the same
coach
thing.
too.
They like getting mediocre quarterbacks and then have them stay mediocre.
And then another good game that I just don't find interesting, but it's a good game. You got Baker Mayfield, Tampa playing well.
It's a
in
pretty
Seattle.
big game.
It is, but for
These
some
are the
reason, these two teams don't excite me at all. At all. I mean, Baker Mayfield is exciting.
No,
he can
well,
either
the
throw
Bucks
for 500 yards or
the
5
Bucks do
picks.
for me. You know, I had them playing the Jets the other week, so it's not the same. But Bucks are my my
it's your second home
secondary
team. Yeah, that's right.
secondary home team. So ever since my grandpa used to watch them after he couldn't watch his Giants because they didn't have them local. Long before NFL Network and the internet.
Yeah.
He was
Back
very
when
upset that he
NFC
couldn't watch
was
his
on
Giants.
Fox. Back when the NFC was on Fox and the AFC was on the
100%,
CBS.
and he wouldn't get to see his Giants, so he started rooting the Bucks, and we go to Bucks games. But I like Baker Mayfield.
I do too.
I
He's
like
playing
the
well.
underdog story. He's a 3, 4, 5 touchdown a game guy, no matter what. 300 yards. He's crazy, and just when you think he's not going to do it,
he's also a bone. Like he makes bonehead plays too. The one he had yesterday, last week, he threw it in. He threw the pick on 1st and goal when they were going in.
He's Johnny Manziel who read the playbook.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. Yeah, and he didn't do coke in the bathroom before the game.
Right. Christian Johnny Manziel who read the playbook.
Yeah. So then we got the 4 o'clock window's pretty good. You got the Chargers. I love the Chargers this year. Love them. But they will always break your heart at the end. They have great teams. They have great Herbert's a great quarterback. They get to the playoffs. They just miss the playoffs. So they have something stupid happen.
What's the Redskins? What's the Redskins? What are their records?
Commanders? I think they're 4. I think they're 4-1. 3-1. 3-1. I think. I'll tell you right now though.
3-1.
I think they're 3-1. They lost the opening. They lost the first week. They lost to the Bears, right? I think in the first week. And then,
I think the Chargers take this game.
I agree. I think the Chargers are good. No, the Washington's 2-2. Their quarterback, Jaden Daniels, is banged up.
Yes.
So that's why they're 2-2.
I'm telling you.
But they'll be all right. They're not going to defeat.
They're going to be all right.
But if they
the
lose
Giants
this,
have a good chance. But the Giants have a good chance of splitting that series for the year.
If not,
I believe
healthy.
that.
And but this is a big week because now the Eagles
Those
can
guys,
pretty much run away with the division, right? If they go 5-0 here and the Commanders lose, they go to 2-3. They need 3 games back.
The Eagles aren't even paying attention to anybody else. You guys are so
like the
crazy. They're not even looking. Yes, they are not. They're not even playing. They don't have divisions this year. They have their own division. There is none of it. No, but I'm being serious. They're looking at who's the best 3-4 records in the league. That's all they're looking at. They're looking at nothing else. The Giants game means nothing to them. The Redskins games mean nothing to them.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
None of it means anything to them. They're going to win.
I don't even think they're looking at the Commanders.
No, they're not. They're not. They don't even care. I'm telling you. So it's really like that for everybody else in the AFC East and the NFC East. It is a one-man race in both things, and and that stinks for them. You know what? It really does. You want to know why? They're gonna have a rough time playing these hard teams when it comes down to the end of the year when all they played is this crap.
I don't know. The Bills are good. Bills are good. This might be the year.
You're right. But the only thing that they get to play all year are these crappy defenses and these crappy offenses. Right. And even if they're not mediocre, and now all of a sudden you have to go play versus someone who's that good. But you are right.
The Bills aren't going to play a big game until January. Another big game until January.
Exactly. That's a problem. You're
right.
You may say it's not. But
no,
these
it
other
is. I can see that.
Fight and claw and get their way into it, and all of a sudden they know how to play and win from behind week after week versus real good teams, and you go, oh, wow, we can handle it. Bills don't even know. They'll play a big game. But it's not even a big game to Patrick Mahomes anymore when you play the Chiefs. They don't even care either. So it's weird. It's like I don't know. I have no faith in them going far. They'll have the best record in the league, and neither, but Eagles repeat maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to see that. I would like to. I mean, the Bills deserve, right? The Bills fans deserve one of that after everything they've been through. And
Bob,
I
said this at the beginning of the year. Bob, the Bills are going to. Josh Allen's going to be known as the guy who could never win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's what all the Bills were. That's what
never
Jim
get
Kelly
there.
was. That's
no,
what that.
Never get there. He's never getting there, Bob. Ever.
Now, listen. I feel bad for the Bengals. I almost want. I like the Bengals, right? I like the Bengals, but the quarterback goes down every year. And when your quarterback goes down, and he's a top 5 quarterback like he is, you don't stand a chance. They thought they could do it with Browning. He stepped in. He stinks. They can't score.
Love Joe Burrow. Love Joe Burrow. The best.
It's not his fault either. His offensive line stinks.
Yes, wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. It is his fault. They asked him. They go, "What do you want?" They go, "What do you want? We're about to go."
Wait, receivers.
Open the bank. We're going back to open the bank. What do you want? And he said, "My boy, give him you go out and you pay Jamar Chase and you give him his money and you go out and you give my boys their money." And you did. And he said, "Sorry, but you're not going to get an offensive."
Every day
you're not going to. They go, "You're not going to get an offensive line." He said, "It's all right. We'll get it next year."
The Lions, who we all thought it's over, right? Remember week 1, they couldn't score any points. They lost. The sky was falling.
That makes me
and then
very
they hung
happy.
50, and then they hung 50 in the next 2 weeks.
There's few things that make me happier than I was actually very sad that I thought that they were gonna plateau.
They looked bad in that opening week,
or they were gonna it was gonna be wow, are they gonna go not? I thought I thought it was over. I really did.
I don't think they're as good as they were last year though. They're not. Last year they were a Super Bowl favorite, right? Remember they were the best team in the NFL for a long part of that year last year.
Yeah, but do you want to be the favorite, or do you want to if you're a different team but you don't look as good, you're not as flashy, you just want to win that playoff games, and that's what they're not getting through. You know what I mean? They
also got a quarterback. I mean, a quarterback. They also got a coach that is like a riverboat gambler, right? He could lose. He could lose the season for you at any moment. Remember, he was fake punting on his own 25-yard line.
I love
he's great going for it on 4th and day. Guys, he's a lunatic.
Do you think
Madden.
Do you think that he smartens up, or do you think that someone they get him, or do you think it's just this is?
Yeah, I don't think you could be out there playing Madden in the playoffs.
If you get burned,
Madden in the playoffs, that's what he's doing.
If you get, you know what happens though to gamblers? You keep doing it when you win. When you get burned a few times, I'm talking in the playoffs. When I'm talking about,
that's what it's going to be.
Bob, one bad decision.
That's what cost them last year. They lost last year, I think, because of something like that.
Exactly. I go,
did a fake punt,
right? You change.
His own 20-yard line. You don't do that.
No, because someone might have told you. Someone might have told you though, or told him, "Listen, you do that again, you're done."
I don't think anybody told him. I think he's got enough clout in there. No, because he's got enough clout now. He's running that city.
No,
nobody's telling him what to do.
We get it. You're right, but maybe
it's not Wayne Fonts out there. It's not Wayne Fonts out there on Thanksgiving going for it on 4th and 20 on his own 10-yard line. Because that's what he does, bro. He does stuff that I might not do in Madden.
Yeah, pitch left, Barry Sanders.
Fake punt. Pitch
left, Barry Sanders. 3rd and 4th.
Yeah. Then there's a game.
He gets 19.
Another fake good game here tonight. This is a fake good game because Buffalo's better. Listen, New England is just trying to stay close. New England's better, right? But they're not in the same class as the Bills.
It's in Buffalo?
It's in Buffalo. I'm almost positive. I don't know if I did these exactly right. Yeah, it's in Buffalo. It's in Buffalo.
I don't think the Bills are going to have much.
New England's better, right? They're better.
No.
They're not embarrassing. They're not embarrassing.
This is not going to be an embarrassment of a game either. This is going to be
a touchdown. They might be 10 at the end. They kick a field goal and ended with 2 minutes left.
A 7-0 Patriots lead, or even going into half where it's within a field goal, and Buffalo, it feels like it's tight, but it's not really tight. I think that's what it's going to be like. And
then finally Monday night, at least there's only one Monday night game, right? Because we got baseball and everything. I hate these two Monday, and they put them up against each other. Like the Jets and those two games are up against each other on the same networks. ABC, both owned by Disney and ESPN.
Stagger.
The Chiefs are back.
But they got sick of having. You know what it is? You know what got them is they had the 1 year where it was all bad Monday night games. And
because that's the deal, right? The network is going to get the better games.
But it wasn't that. But the actual games were bad. And so they were like, at least now we have a 50-50 shot of having a good game.
When we grew up,
Like our odds have doubled.
When we grew up, Brett, the big game of the week was always Monday night. Because the network.
And then the other, but
ABC
the other
had
complaint, Bob. No, but you know why I liked it? Because they did that with the Jets game, right? And the reason I liked it is because they made it where the Jets game was then kicking off at a reasonable hour for the East Coast.
7:30. 7:30 too early. And they do
reasonable.
10:30 games. They do that West Coast game too sometimes. 7:30
Right.
too early, 10:30 is too late.
Wrong about the too early for the East Coast. That is the perfect time for a night game, East Coast. I got work in the morning.
Yeah, but 10:30 is too late. I'm not staying until 1:30 watching some
That's
garbage.
the best part about the East Coast, Bob. We don't care about the West Coast. We
Yeah,
just go
you're
to
right.
sleep,
We don't.
Bob.
We didn't even know who Rowley was. Cal Rowley was until 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, the only reason we know anything about the Angels is because the guy lives up the block from me.
Yeah. The catcher lives up the block from us. Yeah. So then you got the Chiefs. The Chiefs are back, Brett. The Chiefs are back. They came into the play the Giants. They had a shitty first half, and now they're back.
They always, you know what it is? They're such a postseason team that
they don't even
like
they don't even try.
They're in preseason form for week 2, week 3, week 4. They don't even see full effort. Like, they don't even get going until Taylor Swift releases her album. That's like typically
until the wedding.
Now it's there's big big news going on with that, right?
What's that? The wedding should be at halftime of the Super Bowl.
No, so she puts out the new album like yesterday, Bob. Big deal. And Elisa Gunzel, big deal. And big shout out to our mother of the show, Karen Gunzel.
Karen Gunzel, happy birthday.
But a big day yesterday for Lisa. It was the Taylor Swift album release, and there was some pretty. This one's the one, Bob, that was all about Travis Kelce.
Oh, really?
And there's some pretty controversial lyrics in there. I'm not going to say them in front of your daughter, but the name of the song is. You know what the name of the song is, Bob?
What?
Wood.
Oh, really?
So you don't want to. That's all we're going to say. Earmuffs.
Yeah, but what are we supposed to think? He's not having sex with her? I mean, come on. But hey, listen.
Well, it's not sex, Bob. Whatever she said,
Brett, instead of because everybody's all up in arms about Bad Bunny being the halftime show, they should just have the wedding at the halftime. Have the wedding on the field, halftime of the Super Bowl. Right?
Yeah.
Here we go. This will get us some viewers right here.
Yeah.
Who you got? She's got Oscar and.
Hey, B.
Hey, look, B. Look, Brett's saying hello. Say hello to everybody. Hi. Say hi. Ready? Let's count to 10. 1. 2. 3. Say it. 4. 5. What's next?
6.
What's next? 7. Then what?
8.
Then what?
9.
10. Yeah,
10.
Right. She got like 2 of them. She got like 2 of the numbers. She knows the numbers.
3 of them. So
I can't. You gotta talk. All you do is talk around here. You know what she calls me? She calls me Papa Pig. No, Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig from Peppa Pig.
Daddy Pig.
I'm Daddy Pig.
Peppa Pig. That's funny.
Right?
She's so cute.
Who's Daddy Pig? Hilarious. My wife, whatever. But so that's it. That's week 5. You ready to sit and watch week 5 with Daddy? No, she doesn't want it. She wants to watch Peppa Pig and
camera
Bluey.
shy.
Yeah, she's camera shy, bro. She'll stop posing. She won't do anything the second the camera comes out. So this is the start of the show. So that's it. Week 5. Enjoy it, everybody. Yankees later today, right? Yankees 4:00. Game 2. They try and even this thing up. They got to win this thing today, Brad. I hope they don't.
Max Fried needs to win this thing, and Aaron Judge. Max Fried and Aaron Judge need to keep Aaron Boone out of this. Put it that way. Those 2 guys need to keep Aaron Boone out of this game. Aaron Boone can't wreck it.
So, all right, ready? Watch this. Ready? Here we go. Enjoy the games, everybody. Don't forget, rate, review, and subscribe. Every little bit helps. From the Brian Gunzel Studios for Brett Grasso, I'm Bob Walters. See ya.
See ya.
You should say hi.